Welcome back to Eliances Heroes, where heroes in business align. To be part of our super community and find out more about Eliances, visit www.Eliances.com. Now, back to our super host, David Cogan, founder of Eliances.
Can you believe this morning? I mean, we had started off the show with the Texas State Senator and Chancellor of Texas Tech University, John Montford. We had the founder of Music Now, who sold his company to a little-known company called AOL. And we just had Vicki Lawrence from the Carol Burnett Show. Mama, I mean, everybody knows her, but it just keeps getting better. Now listen closely with our next hero. She sold her company to the founder of GoDaddy, Bob Parson. You might think she would relax after that, right? But nope, now she's in the cleaning business. Now just listen closely and stuff of that, not the cleaning business you may think of. She is the creator of, get this, the first Uvee light cleaner for adult toys. Okay, now that I've got everybody's attention, Carrie Martz, who could be reached at uveeclean.com. Carrie, what's the most difficult thing about running an extremely successful advertising company that you sold to Bob Parson? And again, you've done that for so long, and now being the founder of a startup.
I think the most difficult thing is definitely not knowing what you don't know. I felt like every day when I went into the advertising agency, no matter what I was hit with, I had probably seen it before. So I could attack it the same way. But when you go into a completely new industry, and it's a little bit out of your control, every day is a new day. And that challenge you don't have the answer for. So it's been an eye-opener and a very humbling experience.
Now let's talk about your next incredible project, uveeclean.com, and it's about adult toys. Now, adult toys can mean a lot of things to a lot of different people and stuff of that. But let's talk about that, what the buzz is all about, and what it is and how you kind of came up with all of this.
Well, we'll go back to how I came up with it, because I think that sort of will tell you that I feel very passionate about this business, because I think we're serving a very underserved need in helping people come to the realization that using sex toys, adult pleasure products, is really important for overall sexual health and wellness. But they weren't confident in are they clean and how they store them. And so that's what we came up with. But how I came up with it is really fun, actually. After I sold the business to Bob Parsons and worked with him for about a year and a half, I really had this bug to do something on my own. You can't work for a man who's as brilliant as Bob and not learn a lot. And he's a risk taker. And so I thought, well, I need to do this in my life before it's too late. And I was looking at opportunities to help smaller companies bring other products to market. And one was a UV sanitizer for a toothbrush. I mean, everyone sees the reality of how many germs there are in a bathroom and why you'd need that. So I had that along with another little sanitizer on my kitchen counter, and my daughter and son-in-law came by. She was 5 months pregnant, and she said, Mom, and she's a little OCD. She said, I had read this mom blog about why you should be careful when you're pregnant using vibrators. Now, you may say that's kind of a weird conversation to have with your daughter, but we try and be a little open about things like that. And she had just read it. And I said, this is a really interesting concept. And so rather than taking the idea to a manufacturer, we looked at the industry, and it was big. It's 15 billion units, or $15 billion sold, and we jumped in.
That's a huge industry. That's a huge industry.
Yeah, and that's just in the U.S.
I mean, we're talking with Carrie Martz, and you're listening to Eliances Heroes with me, David Cogan. Be an entrepreneur. Go to where entrepreneurs align. That's Eliances.com. Be part of the community at Eliances.com. And Carrie, you can reach her at Uvee clean.com. And Carrie, why are people always blushing when they hear things like adult toys and all the things associated? Why are people blushing so much, yet so many people use them?
You know, I think it's because it really has been considered taboo for so many years. But really, over the last several years, so many people are coming out and talking about sexual health and wellness. Doctors, sex therapists. And I think that's the language that has to become every day. And people who are doing that are heroes. And so I'm really proud to be a part of that passionate industry.
Now, how are you funding this? I mean, it takes a lot of work, a lot of energy, and funding, especially being a startup.
Yes, so I started it with my own money because I didn't want to go to friends and family until we proved the concept. And that took a lot more money than I thought it would. But we had to scientifically prove that we could, in fact, kill 99.9% of all the germs associated with the use of toys, whether you share them or not. There's germs everywhere. So once we proved the concept with a microbiologist, and I went to China, and I worked with the manufacturer, and that's a whole nother story. If you have an hour and a half, I can tell you about that and the fun in China. But after we filed for our patent, I went out to do my first raise, and I had great support from friends and family. And then just recently, the most exciting thing is we had applied a while ago to one of the great crowdfunding platforms, Kickstarter, and they had not accepted adult toys or products before. We are the second one that they accepted. And we've been at it several weeks now and closing soon. And I think we're going to be successful.
I mean, that's incredible. And I know already what I saw on the charts is just going through the roof now. And so the way that this works, and tell me a little bit more. So again, our listeners can go to Kickstarter. And when they go to Kickstarter.com, what do they click? What do they click next?
They just go into the little search button and they type in Uvee. That's Uvee. And our page will come up and they'll see some great things like a wonderful testimonial from Dr. Emily Morris, who's the leading sex therapist really in the world, and she is our spokesperson. And they'll see our product, and they'll see great pledge opportunities. One of our partners is Lalo, and Lalo is the world's innovator in adult toys. And they've now put products in our little systems to help offer great perks on Kickstarter.
And you've brought that to the studio too.
I did.
So the way that this works is explain to our listeners out there who are maybe not watching the video per se, but the way that this works is, first of all, you can go to Kickstarter.com. You type in UVEE. You can have the opportunity then to purchase one of these in advance.
Yeah, basically they call it a pledge and you're a backer. And we have several perks that are available. And this is our little Go Play. It's a travel unit, rechargeable.
Okay, and it's about the size of, it's about maybe about a foot long here.
Yeah,
about a foot long. I would say here, all right, no pun intended. Let's talk about it as a size of maybe a loaf of bread.
Yes.
And then...
and it does go through TSA, so you can travel with it. And the cool thing about this is it includes one USB. So we've got a couple little products in there, and they just plug in. And in less than 5, you close the lid, and in 5 minutes, your products are completely sanitized. And now when you're ready, they're charged up and ready to go. And it locks, so little kids don't jump in and start playing with toys.
I mean, incredible. You know what, Carrie, though? Nobody would realize how much work is involved with it. Even what you talked about with the China and doing all that. I mean, just to be able to come out with this and bring it from idea to product is humongous. Let me ask you if there's a couple secrets that you can give, maybe to children out there that want to become an entrepreneur and create and build something like you've done so well within the advertising agency that you sold to Bob Parson and now with adult toys. What are two maybe secrets that you can give to children who would like to someday grow up and make their mark in the community like you have?
Well, I hate to be discouraging, but it is a little bit more difficult than you think. So really plan ahead. And I'd say the second thing is you have to be funded. You have to have a lot of money to come out with a new idea, to bring it to market, because most of the businesses, as you know, that fail are just undercapitalized.
And last question, we've got a little less than 30 seconds left. You are part of the community. You're part of Eliances. You're a member of Eliances. You've been to our roundtable. In maybe 20 seconds, just explain what the experience was like when you came to one of our roundtables.
Well, I was the last one you introduced, and so I felt like the headliner, actually, and I think it was purposefully that I was last. But in my 30 seconds, I saw some smirks and grins, but what was wonderful is afterwards, your group, your community came up to me, embraced what we're doing, said, rock on, keep going, and what can we do to help? I mean, it can't get any better than that.
You're fantastic. Again, Carrie, you're a pioneer. You've devoted your life to advertising and marketing, and now venturing into a new company designed to help people to take better care of themselves and the products. You're a hero. Carrie Martz. Go to uveeclean.com and make sure you go to Kickstarter, because after this interview, I'm going to Kickstarter and I'm going to make a pledge. Thank you again, Carrie. This is David Cogan with Eliances, and thank you to our producer, Glue with loopydocs.com, for all your documenting needs. David Cogan with Eliances.
You have been listening to Eliances Heroes, where heroes in business align. Eliances is the destination for entrepreneurs, investors, CEOs, inventors, leaders, celebrities, and startups. To present your superpower, visit www.Eliances.com. To unmask Eliances heroes' secret identities, be sure to tune in every Thursday at 9 a.m. right here on Money Radio 1510 and 99.3 FM.